Well, here we go. What's going on? Be there in a second. Alrighty. Well, let's see who all shows up tonight. See what's going on with everybody this week. Monday night. It's been a rough one. Let's see what happens tonight. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Start the chat off. Say, Jeff, I think it's just me and you right now, buddy. How you been, man? Welcome in, welcome in. Hey, listen, if you're in here, let me know. Macy came a long way this week. Awesome, dude. Is she finally retrieving? Because I know last week you said that she was she'd run up to it and kind of play around with it, wouldn't bring it back. Is she starting to do something now? Hey, Charles. Like to hear more about it, Jeff. When you get a chance, type in. Charles, how you doing? How's your week been? Or your last week, I should say, and now it's a new week. She ran with the old dog and a light went off. Yep, that usually happens. What's up, Cody? How you doing, man? Nine and 0. What is 9 and 0, bro? Ain't that the truth? Well, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I hadn't paid any attention to the news the last couple of days, so I have no idea what's been going on. to be honest with you. We had a pretty busy weekend. Ended up spending the day with my Friday. Ended up spending the day with my dad, running errands and doing that kind of stuff with him. Saturday, ended up doing some work around the house, finishing up some things. Just Google Supreme Court Colorado ballot. Okay. Doing some things around the house, and then Saturday night we went out. Took Swamp Goose and Red-Headed Goose and Little Matt and went got something to eat. And spent the day with them, or spent the evening with them, and came back. And of course, I have to work on Sunday, but I still found time to put together 2 racks of ribs on the smoker. We're gonna be eating ribs for a week, man. I cooked way too many ribs. I just did, Cody, and when you mentioned Colorado, I kind of figured that's what it was. Well, that's good to hear, man. Took her out to the Snow Goose spread, and Betty showed Macy what was up, and it was great to see. Awesome. Was she? Did you shoot over her, or did she make any goose retrieves, or you just let her be a puppy? RD, what's going on, man? No hunting, just bumpers. Oh, you just threw bumpers in the goose spread. Okay. Saw the first flock of geese yesterday. I believe he did, Charles. I was gonna call him and ask him, but I figured he was gonna get too uppity now that he's doing ads for companies now. Now, that's what I was thinking last time we talked about it, Jeff. That she just needed to get used to being in a new home and new family and whatnot. Yeah, yeah. It's going. I'm quite sure it's going to. If it hasn't already, it's going to kick into overdrive. here shortly. I took Bougie out this afternoon. We didn't even go anywhere. We just went out in the yard and had fun bumpers for the day. That's what we did today. We just did fun bumpers. I just threw them. I gave her the hup up and let her run some energy out. That was her training today. Just having a good time. Just letting her have fun. I saw it on Facebook, RD. That's where I saw it. Did you send it to him? Or well, I thought the video was pretty good. I mean, honestly, I thought the video was pretty good. I think I've told you my feelings on Tidewee after they jerked me around on that turkey blind that I bought, that ground blind. Um, but overall, I thought the video was really good. Andrew, what's going on, man? I ain't seen you in a while. Glad you could come back. That's good, Jeff. Keep up the fundamentals, the basic obedience, and let her be a puppy. That's why I just kind of let Bougie have a day, let her have a day off. Just let her have some fun in the yard throwing bumpers. I saw it, I believe it was your Facebook page that I saw it on, RD. Getting geared up for the turkey season. I'll be famous. Oh, in 2075. Yep. Yeah, I should be if all works, I'll be getting some ammo in this week. I can start shooting again. DD will be 100 years old. Yeah. I got a birthday coming up. I got some birthday on the way. Yeah, Andrew, I have. I have been following the Arkansas modifications on their motors, if that's what you're talking about. Um, you know, um, I don't know. Um, I mean, if the voters in Arkansas want that, I think that should be left up to the voters on the ballot, which I think it is. Um, I actually see both sides of that argument. I always have, even though I strictly run a mud motor. And if they were to do that here, I'd have to buy another boat and motor. Um, so, hey Wanda, how you doing? But I hope they don't here. I actually hope they don't in Arkansas, but I do understand the the argument. Um, I think these aftermarket mufflers and all these modifications are doing all aftermarket is just making way too much noise in the woods. Um, the riding around for no reason whatsoever, blaring music for no reason whatsoever. Um, they don't. People don't understand how bad they're running ducks off. I mean, they're not gonna stick around. But I do know that mud motors can get you places where other boat motors can't, regular outboards can't. Um, so I mean, there's pros and cons to it. That's for definite. I'll run a mud motor until they tell me I can't. You know. No, actually they don't. Wanda, if I didn't say hello, hello, I'm sorry. Um, we're doing good here. But they don't. They don't have any respect. A lot of, I mean, you know, scouting. You don't blare music while. I mean, that's what I don't understand about some duck hunters. Um, you don't you don't scout for deer by driving your four wheeler all over the place. You get out and you walk. You don't scout for turkeys by running a four wheeler or your truck around. You get out and walk. Why don't you do the same? Why isn't the same not done for ducks? You get to an area or get close to an area, and if you can't get out of the boat because of water depth, drop a trolling motor, push pole it, paddle it, you know, and then get in there and see what's going on. I just don't get it. I don't understand their thought pattern, I guess. And all they're doing, I mean, number one, they're running ducks off, but all they're doing is giving a bad name to duck hunters by disturbing the natural areas when they're doing that kind of stuff. But I will say a bunch of youngins, and yeah, they're youngins. They saw somebody jumping a log, and now they've got to do the same thing. You're right, Jeff. I mean, they just a bunch of youngins get out there. That, like I said, they saw somebody jump a log or run over a beaver hutch or something. Now they got to do it, and they think it's all funny and whatnot. And makes good little TikTok videos. But I do understand them both, Andrew. So don't think that I don't. I understand both sides of that argument. Um, I just wish there was a way that we could, as content creators, need more content creators that run mud motors need to speak out on this and let people know what the benefits are and what the pros and cons are, of getting into places. I've tried. It didn't seem to go off very well, but I have tried. Anybody who's ever ridden with me, except for Cody, I did that just for Cody's sake. But I poured the coals to it when I got to, but generally, I'm not running balls to the wall, so to speak, to get in and out, just to do it. There are times when you got to shower down on it and get through something, but uh, majority of the time, I'm idling. I'm idling. Well, how are you going to do that, dude? There's no way that you can do that. It's air cooled. It's air cooled, and it's a lawnmower engine. I mean, that's like taking your muffler and a regular outboard is water cooled. A lawnmower engine is air cooled. There's just no way you could do that. Oh, it's still common with me, Jeff. I had to do a training session today with somebody, one of my coworkers, who I know they were 20, possibly even 30 years my junior, and I still said yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. But RD, yeah, we can't. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, it's just an air cooled engine. There's no way you can. Now, I think somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard that ProDrive has come out with a new motor. It is still it's still a mud motor, but it has an outboard power pack. It has an outboard power pack, so it can be water cooled. So if somebody knows that off the top, or knows somebody who runs a ProDrive, but I think I saw a video here recently where ProDrive has come out with a new motor. I don't know if it's in the prototype stages or if it's actually out, but they now have the power pack to the motor is like that of a traditional outboard, but it's still a mud motor. Therefore, it's still loud, but not as loud as a regular mud motor, even with factory mufflers. I have factory mufflers on mine. There's nothing. Everything on mine is stock. There's no modifications to my motor. And I understand what you're saying, Charles. And if I can say this without offending anybody, I personally, even though I do understand both sides of the argument, I also believe that there's too many waterfowl regulations, way too many. I mean, there's so many regulations that there's no way that everybody, at one point or another, you are breaking some law. I mean, there's just so many regulations. So I think there's just too many regulations. I just think there's way too many regulations on it. So on waterfowl hunting. So I don't want to see any more regulations. If Honda only made one, give them time, they might. I mean, I would. I mean, I like the way a mud motor handles. You know, I don't think I would go and buy a Pro Drive, even though I do like Pro Drive. Nothing wrong with Pro Drive. I like Go Devil, so maybe in the background somewhere, somebody from Go Devil is listening. You know, we can maybe come up with a power head, a power pack rather, and make one that's a little bit quieter. But it would cost you a whole heap of bunch more money. But with those regulations that may come to pass in Arkansas, I know a guy here in South Carolina who is buying up every John boat and 25 Mercury he can find and fixing the boats up to sell to Arkansas duck hunters when they got to get rid of them. So, I mean, I know he's doing it. So, well, that was a good question, Andrew. I mean, seriously, I mean, I think it's a good debate. I'd like to maybe debate somebody on that. I was also talking about cutting of the trees and taking out the levees. Uh, Arkansas Game and Fish Commission is saying the trees are dying. Now that I've heard some talk about it in on other channels that were on TikTok. There's a couple guys that I follow over there on TikTok on their lives when they do live streams on TikTok, and they have talked about it, but I don't know enough about it about the trees situation. But I heard that they were talking about cutting some trees down and busting out a few. I mean, I heard about it, but I don't know enough about it to give you a an educated guess. But it's just like here in South Carolina. Um, we're not levied here. Everything is open swamp. And there's no levees in our swamps. And I'm not talking about the game management areas, wildlife management areas, and category 1s and 2s and whatnot. I'm talking about the open areas. There's no levees around there, and the trees. I mean, it's been underwater. The oak trees have been underwater since 1939. So yeah, they're dying, unless the water goes down for a couple of years and where they can get out of the water. But they're not going to keep the water levels that low during the spring and summer. I wish they would. Hey, Charles, you'll never guess where I went to Saturday night after I ate, after I had supper with my son and his family and my wife and the grandbaby. We went over to Bucky's, and I mean, I just finished eating. We were at Longhorn Steakhouse, and I had just finished eating an outlaw ribeye. And I'm telling you, I walked in there, and all I could smell was a brisket, and I got hungry all over again. Yo, Chris. Hey, Chris, are you familiar with the AGFC cutting down trees and busting up the levees in Arkansas? Are you familiar with what's going on over there on that? You've heard talk of it, but that's it. Okay, and you're right, Jeff. I'll tell you, to be honest, I wish that they would lower the lake levels down back to the river. Hey Noah, um, just so we can. And I wish they would. I wish they would take it down, and I wish they'd let it dry out a little bit, and then go in there and do some logging and cut out some of the gums and some of the non-producing trees, and open up some more holes just so the grass can grow. I wish they'd do it, but they're never going to do that. That's so much wishful thinking. It's not even funny. Well, let me know, man. Let me know when you want to do a road trip. I'll get my wife. We may meet you out there. Have to be on a Friday or Saturday. I'll tell y'all one thing. If y'all have never been to a Bucky's, y'all need to go. Homegrown, what's going on? We are talking about a little bit of everything. Talking about mud motors, and especially in Arkansas with the new modification laws. Talking about let's see here, them cutting the trees and opening up the levees in Arkansas. Yeah, well, let me know, man. Let me know if we can make it. We'll come out there. We'll meet you at Bucky's. But that's what we're talking about. Uh, all right, Chris, have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping by. Any of my South Carolina peeps in here, do y'all follow the German biologist on Instagram? Does anybody follow him? If y'all follow him, let me know. But he's on Instagram. Let me know if you follow him. The reason I say that is they have, he is one of the, I have a couple of his videos, but I don't follow. Okay. He is one of the category 1 WMA head biologist for the coastal reserve. And I do know that he has been kind of since Samworth and I think Santee East and West. They don't have a manager. He's been taking over those roles, and although I think it's a little late in happening, I am happy to see that he is posting more and more about fixing up Samworth Category 1 WMA. I don't know, I'm not here to make any innuendos on any of that. So I don't know if it was the grassroots petitions that have been going on, sending emails to the legislators and to the Waterfowl Advisory Board or any of that stuff, or if it was already in the works to be done. But I am seeing more and more stuff that's coming from them, doing more and more work on Samworth and Santee East and West, which I think is a great thing. I just hope that they continue it, and we still need, for us South Carolina boys, we need to still continue to send our emails and petitions and whatnot to our state reps and to our state senators and to the Waterfowl Advisory Board and whatnot, for them to continue and get this work done. Never go to Bucky's during the tourist season on a Saturday around noon. Everyone going or coming from the beaches there. You got that right. We were there at like 10 o'clock at night, and it was still packed. Hey, Mark, what's going on, buddy? Glad you could make it in. Yeah, Mark is, if you don't follow Mark J. Larson, and Mark, you can go right ahead and you can post your own channel up. That's fine. Don't forget to post Homegrown Outdoors as well if you get a chance. The guy, Mark, is a trapper. and he's out west. And regardless of the fact of where he's at, I think trappers especially need to be supported. If it wasn't for trappers, our predator populations are high to begin with, and he traps coyotes, beavers, coons, you name it. He traps it, and does a really good job with it. If you don't follow him, go and follow him. But what I want you to do, and Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was last year. It was last year, not this trapping season, but the trapping season before then. Mark, correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe he trapped, it was either right at 30 or over 30 coyotes for the season. And it was absolutely awesome. What's going on at Georgetown across from the pole yard land, and equipment has been out there for a while? I have no idea, dude. I'm in Sumter, so I don't know what's going on down on the coast. I have not heard anything. If you happen to find out, man, let me know. I'll be interested. I can send a do you homegrown, are you on Carolina Wildlife Syndicate, CWS, on Facebook? Those guys keep pretty much on top of stuff, and I haven't been on the page in a couple days, so I don't really know what's going on, but you might be able to find something out over there, or either there, or you ask the question. Once you get you have to submit to get on it. So they got a lot of good. Yes, they do have a lot of good info, and it's not just on ducks either. It's ducks, deer, coyotes, beaver. I mean, you name it. Burning. It's 2 seasons ago I caught 31 cousins, but last season only 19 with a lot of nest raiders. Okay, it was 2 years ago that it was 31 coyotes. All right. But last season only 19 with a lot of nest raiders. Awesome. See, that's what I like to hear. I like it when trappers are out there doing that kind of stuff, because and they attack us quietly, and before you know it, oh yeah, I'm 100% with you, Jeff. If it was never brought to my attention about Samworth, and I knew that the dikes were busted, but I didn't know it's been busted for 13 years. Until a good friend of mine told me about it, and got me into, look more into it. We'd have never known. Hey, Tina, what's going on? Glad you could make it, Tina. I'll tell you what, if y'all don't, I don't know, Tina, she doesn't post much on YouTube, but let me tell you something. If you start to follow her on Facebook, there's one thing you will see every day, and those are the gorgeous meals she cooks every freaking day. She's always cooking something, and she does really good at it. Wanda's the same way, guys. If y'all don't follow Wanda, she's up there somewhere. But Wanda does the same thing. I mean, she is a fantastic cook out of Louisiana. You slacked on cooking? We're doing good, Tina. Just had a pretty good weekend. Ate way too much. This whole weekend has been nothing but food. If you go to Buc-ee's, get the jalapeno honey jerky. Okay. My wife bought some jerky the other night. I don't know what she got. She's probably got it hidden, and she's probably done ate it. Ooh, excuse me. I guess I'm kind of old fashioned, Andrew. I kind of just like the plain old jerky. I really do. Just call me an old grumpy old man because I like the plain jerky. Somehow we always manage to talk food and make me hungry. Oh goodness. Ugh, excuse me, guys. I am yawning. Grumpy old man. That's right. I got a souped up. You got a souped up Red Baron in the oven. Oh, Red Baron pizza. Oh goodness. You ready for some crappie? I got some ducks that I need to cook. That's what I got. Oh man, I got so many cooking recipes I got to get started on. I ain't been crappie fishing in a while. I need to get back into it. Excuse me. You saved all your ducks from last season. We're going to make a breakfast sausage with them. That's interesting. Let me know how that turns out. You going to do a video on it, or how's that going to work? I got a bunch of wood ducks in the freezer. I'm going to be grinding mine up into it's like a hamburger type, and then I'm gonna put them in those manicotti shells and wrap them in bacon. I just need to. I want to get a handful of people over here to eat them, because when I start to cook them, I'm cooking every last one of them. I'm not patient enough to edit. We do, Andrew. We do. I tell you, I wish that we had ducks here, because I would invite every last one of you to come here. I would. If we had ducks here in South Carolina, or even if it was just a really good wood duck hole that was, that I had private, where we could just go in and hunt it a couple of days and just shoot wood ducks. I just think we'd have a blast. Everybody wants their limits of ducks, and I got that. Everybody wants to see limits of mallards and pintails and widgeon, but there ain't nothing like a good old fashioned woody shoot and cooking breakfast in the swamp and laughing and goofing off and just having a good time. Yeah, I got just enough where if I had some guys over and do um, those wood duck shotgun shells again, and stuffed in that manicotti, those manicotti shells, and wrapped in bacon. I want to get a group of guys to come over and fix that up and throw it out there, put it on the smoker, and sit outside and eat those things when they come right off the smoker. Jumped a bunch of wood ducks yesterday, checking beaver trap. I have not been in the swamp since the season closed. I've been meaning to, but I've just had a lot of things going on. Finally got my lawnmower fixed, so tomorrow, as soon as I get off work, I got to get this grass cut. I got weeds growing everywhere. Get the leaves chopped up and get the weeds knocked down, and then spray the weeds. And got a lot of work to do this week and over the weekend. I'm gonna try to go Friday. If my ammo comes in, it's supposed to come in tomorrow. So if my ammo comes in tomorrow, I'm gonna go do some patterning, some turkey loads Friday, and showing y'all what I'm gonna be shooting this year. Yeah, listen, I did a video on it, homegrown. Man, that was the best way, in my opinion. Them things it's a little bit of work involved, but you know what? When it's done and you're sitting back, man, them things taste so delicious. Greenhead, what's up? Evening, Matt. Comment CA or V. What? I think you're trying to say, comment ça va? We're doing good, man. Yeah, I got some fire ants that are starting to pop up. I got to get rid of them too. I got to start getting my yard back into shape. I do need to spend a day in the swamp riding around looking at some things. I found via on X a spot, and I want to see how hard it is to get into it. Looks like you got to cross a couple of ridges, but once you do, you should be a-okay. Oh, it is. It is here too, Mark. I've been in shorts all day, dude. I got you. Okay, I got you. Got you, buddy. Oh, it was actually, I think it was like 75 the day. Hit 80 degrees in Louisiana today. Got 0.75 inches of rain. Good Lord. It rained hard here the other day. Got a lot of rain the other day. That's why I didn't cut grass today. I was letting the yard dry out just a little bit more. Ag Supply in Florence has a chemical bifin kills fire ants on contact. Yep. Jeff says he needs rain there. Oh, I'm not going to argue with it. If it comes, it comes. I'm not going to argue with it. But are you still you're still out there checking beaver traps too, right? Yeah, I was looking at a map the other day, Andrew. It it looks like it's just going to be dry up there this year, hot and dry, especially around in the Saskatchewan area. For what I saw, the map I saw. What's up, Swamp Rat? Going to be a hot turkey season down here. Yep. I'm afraid the turkeys are already starting to gobble and do their thing. It's been so warm here. Had a big catch today. Okay. Mississippi River is in a light flood stage at Baton Rouge. You live 30 miles north of Baton Rouge on the Mississippi River. Okay. Yeah, isn't that funny, Andrew? How that is that North and South Dakota looks good, it was decent, but as soon as you cross into Canada, it's hot and dry. There's something wrong with that, in my opinion. Something ain't right. Even the weathermen said this is going to be a cold, cold winter, and all the signs showed to it. And, buddy, I didn't see it. And granted, we still got to the 21st of this month before it's officially spring. Chemtrails. Yeah, it wasn't that cold, dude. There was no days and days of cold. It was just, it came through and warmed back up. At least down here. Nothing to stop the snow geese. It's so warm, the northern migration is 2 weeks early. Yep. Yeah, we didn't have that. There might have went a couple of days where it got that cold here, but there's just nothing to drive them. There's nothing further north to freeze up to drive them down. So we need a lot of water now in the northern prairies, in the prairie pothole region. We need a lot of water in Canada. We are not going to have a good hatch. Yeah, I have to admit he was, Andrew. You're 100% right on that. I talked to a few people that had they had some good days. Don't get me wrong. They really had some good days in Mississippi. I know one guy had a couple of really good hunts in Alabama. They put a smackdown on them, but it was a grind up until that cold snap, and once that cold finally hit them and drove down some new birds, like I said, they had 2 or 3 days of really good hunting, and then it just went away. Well, the one thing I got to say is hopefully there's next year. There's always next year. And all I can say is get ready. I'm just I've said this before, but I just hope that we can make it to January, next January, because I'm going headed down to Louisiana, to Venice, hunt for a few days. I'm hoping that pans out. Oh. Greenhead and Andrew talking about whack. They still talking about shooting ducks. Oh. Tupelo. I've been there a time or two. $15 Nutri-Rat. So what else, guys? What else are we going to talk about tonight? Tupelo, Arkansas. All right. I may have been through Tupelo, Arkansas. I'm not exactly sure. I know I've been through Tupelo, Mississippi. Hell, I'm just having a good time sitting there watching y'all chat. What do y'all want to talk about? Oh. I've seen them, Andrew. I almost messed up one morning during on a specklebelly hunt, and I looked over and there were 5 locked up didn't even make a sound, and I turned to shoot and realized they were Canada's. I think I finally got a place dialed in for next goose season, early goose season. We've been hunting a little piece of property, and we didn't know that we could hunt. That we could hunt this back pond that they gave us permission. We found out after the season, they didn't understand why we never did. And so I'm hoping the geese they're actually stacking up in there now. Hopefully they'll hang around. I'm excited too, dude. I'm going to try to get out there and see you as best I can, but I'm definitely, I mean, I know we're going to Venice in January, and I'm hoping that we can work something out, get it worked out. Either I come before then or right after that hunt. We don't have an early goose season. Our state would rather oil eggs. Ain't that? They were talking about that here. They some of these golf courses and other places, they're getting these geese to stack up and they can't get rid of them, and they'd rather go out and hire a pest control to come out and oil eggs than just to let people just come out there and close the golf course down for one day and let us get rid of them. Oh, I will. And I'm quite sure we'll talk about it before then. Oh, man. Actually, it was my dad. For those of you don't know, my dad he's 80 years old. He wants to go on one good hunt, and he wanted to go to Venice, and he in particularly wanted to hunt canvasbacks. And Venice is known for its canvasback hunting, and that's what he wanted to do. So he actually made the plans up, and so that's where we're going. Y'all get a bunch of geese. We got a lot of resident geese in certain places. It's there's some areas that have a lot of resident geese. And the boys that hunt them have access to private property and they hunt a lot. I don't hunt them that much here. I don't have the property to hunt them, but I do have a place in North Carolina, a good friend of mine, and I was going to go hunt after the duck season up there, but things just didn't work out. I couldn't get it right. I had things that were going on and just couldn't do it. But yes, pintail capital of the world. lot of canvasbacks, a lot of teal, a lot of pintails. And I've shot all three. That was just something he wanted to do. So I've never done it. Hunt the conservation hunts, and I would like to one day. I would love to go out there. Yeah, we got a guide booked. Yeah, we've already got a guide booked. It's going to be my dad, myself, and my son. But yeah, I've always wanted to do a conservation hunt. I've never done it. I just think it would be you get enough people, enough good friends around, and have some fun with it. I think it could be. I think it could be something. In a story, speaking of. Yeah, it's what he wanted to do, so we went okay. He's I'll be taking the 16. My son still shoots a 12, but I think my dad's either going to take a 20 gauge or a 410, one or the other, or maybe both. Bought a shotgun shell dry bag from Dowden Duck. I've seen those. So do you like it? We decided to hunt Venice one weekend. We get our spot, and the guide sets up 200 yards from us. They had birds working them all morning. I'm a much better caller than them and pulled their birds. All right. They offered you a job at the boat ramp. Awesome. I tell you, I use these. I use these little plastic boxes. Put my shells in and put them in my bag, and then I put them in my holder on my waders. I do have a couple of dry bags. I normally put mine in put my cameras in the dry bags. I was trying to find some the other day that didn't have any printing on them, and I was actually thinking about buying a bunch and then putting my logo on them. I got the Shell Shocker XLT blind bag from Riggum Right, $130, way overbuilt. Highly recommend. Okay. I like rig 'em right gear. I got a few of their things. I got some of their older dry bags around here somewhere. Not dry bags, blind bags. I have blind bags everywhere, dude. I have so many of them. I've been using the one from Natural Gear just because I like Natural Gear camo. But I may have to, and I've got one of their backpacks. And generally, I put all my camera stuff in a backpack, and then I put my hunting stuff in the blind bag. So I tell you who makes a good. Well, I haven't seen it up person, but Dr. Duck's backpack system. That's got to be the ticket, man. Those things look nice. I was looking at the new chain waders. Oh, I know, dude. Those things are expensive. Listen, I've been using High and Dry, and I love them, dude. I can't say enough about them. I mean, for $400, they're breathable. The wader itself is not insulated. The boot is insulated. And I've been in some cold weather in them before, and I just layered, and I've never had a problem. Never had a problem. Oh yeah, I love mine, dude. I absolutely 100% love mine. I got you. Hey, Jeff, are you still here? Jeff, are you still here? Aren't High and Dry made? Yep, they're made on the East Coast. Yes, sir. Up in Virginia, I believe. Hey, just so you know, and everybody's been with me for quite some time knows that at this time of the year, I usually have my birthday bash, and I'm going to be, unless something comes up, unless something happens, I'm going to hold it on Friday the 22nd. Friday the 22nd. It'll be at night from 8 to 10, like normal, but that'll be the birthday bash. And if something comes up, I'll let y'all know. I'll post something on my community post to remind you. But I do plan on doing the birthday bash March 22nd, which is a Friday. I believe that's a Friday. All right, RD, you take care of yourself, buddy. Appreciate you coming in, dude. My birthday will be the 19th. My birthday is actually on the 19th, but I'm going to hold the birthday bash on the Friday the 22nd. Yep. That's why I'm doing it on a Friday night. It'll be we'll have it out in the shed. I don't disturb my wife. We'll have it all out. It'll be out in the decoy room, out in the shed. I'll probably spend that whole Friday getting it all cleaned up in the back. Oh, that sounds cool, dude. Shoot me a message. So I got another address. So shoot me a message, dude, because I got another address you have to send it to. Oh no, dude, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. Heck, I may fall out of my chair. Who knows? Oh yeah, we have a good time. I think so. Oh, I think. I mean, last year was. I drank close to a bottle. It was rough. I was feeling rough. And then I wake up. I get woke up by the police, and somebody broke into my truck that night. That was last year. Oh man. Hey, I'm down for it. Like I said, I'd love to get back into some real flooded timber again. That there's nothing, and I mean, guys, if you have never hunted mallards in real flooded timber, um, I'm not talking about hunting in a swamp. I'm talking about real flooded, man-made flooded timber. Um, that is that is something awesome to see those mallards when they come through those trees. What is the best waiter shells and duck call? You can have only one of everything. Best waiters, high and dry. Shells, Salt Creek Custom Ammo, duck call. I won't give you a brand name, but I'll say that if I could only have one duck call, it would be a cut down. Drunk Matt is probably a sight to see. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I love. I mean, true man-made hunting flooded timber is that is a sight. That is when I think of mallard hunting, that's what I think of. I got several cut downs. I got Kurt McCulloch. I got two of his calls. I got a Teton cut down. I got a Richard Tone Mondo. Brad is a great duck caller. There's no getting around that. Isn't it something, Andrew? I mean, even and when they finally decide and they hit that break, and when they hit the brakes and they start coming through that little gap, and they just start parachuting in. The only thing I can tell you, it looks like a Walmart trash bag in a tornado. They just fluttering in. They just. It is something else. I got echo calls. I got all kind of calls, dude. I normally have on my lanyard. I carry two cut downs, and I kind of switch back depending on where I'm hunting, either a single reed or a double reed J frame. I tell you, I have met John Stevens, and as far as I'm concerned, you can hardly get to be a better guy than John Stevens is. Um, Also, Jim Ronquest. I've met him before as well, and I think he's a great guy. Unbelievable. I actually called him and said, "Are you still guiding?" Because it has been one of those things. I just wanted to hunt with the man, and he had told me he had quit guiding a long time ago, so forth. But I have never met Freddie King, but I would love to sit in a duck blind with Freddie King and pick his brain and talk to him. I don't care if we shoot the first duck. I don't care if all we do is sit there and drink coffee together and eat sausage biscuits. I could care less what we did. I just want to talk to him. I just want to sit down and talk with a guy and pick his brain. I'll tell you another guy as well, and that's Joel Strickland. And if you don't know who Joel Strickland is, look up Surviving Duck Season. And I've talked to Joel on the phone several times, met him in person a couple years ago. Really upstanding, really great guy. Again, he's another one of the guys that I would just love to sit down in a blind and just talk and just have conversations. Oh man, I bet. I mean, I just and you talk about those guys, and I've hunted with some Dr. Duck, yeah. And his, what's his boy's name that hunts with him? It just slipped my mind. But y'all know that I've hunted with Phil Robinson and Jace and them. And the old Red Dog and some of those, Billy Campbell, thank you so much. And I've hunted with them, but I'll tell you another guy that I would love to hunt with, and that's Justin Martin. And just to sit again, it's not so much as shooting ducks and killing ducks, but I just love to sit and talk with him. I'd love to. Again, he's another guy. I just love to sit back and tablet battery is low, so if it dies, see you next week. God bless to you and get them in the market. All right, Jeff, appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming in. If we lose you, but I'd love to sit there and hunt with Justin Martin and sit back and just talk to him again, picking guys' brains, just having conversations with them. The part of shooting ducks is the benefit, and that's the ultimate goal, of course. But just to sit and talk. Met him at the ramp one morning and told him, "Not today, Billy." He mentioned me in the podcast. Yeah, I'd love to hunt with them. I mean, they're Uncle Size for you. Yeah. I I hunt. I hang around my daddy so much that I don't know if I could handle knowing somebody that two people are so much alike, my dad and Uncle Si. But yeah, he would be a cool guy to just to chat with. I mean, I really do. I think and there's a lot of hunters out there, um, you know, that I would love to hunt with. Sit back, just talk to them. Coca-Cola Woods, yeah, over there with Rusty Creasy. Rusty's another guy. I'd like to have, when it came to conservation and making places for duck food, I would like to see Rusty Creasy and Justin Martin together talking about that. And I'd love to be sitting with them and talking to them about the conservation aspect, making good food plots for ducks, getting rid of the bad trees, keeping the good stuff, growing the grass, all that kind of stuff. I'd love to be able to pick their brains for that. As far as out and out killing ducks, and just out and out, just going out there and just busting them up, it would probably be a combination of Dr. Duck, Jim Ronquest, and Joel Strickland. I ain't racing to no hole, so you better give me a GPS coordinates and I'll amber along behind you. I don't believe I know her, to be honest with you. Maggie Williams. I'm gonna have to look that up. I have been in the boat race. I have been in that boat race, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm not sure I want to do that. I have no idea. I don't believe I know her. Does she have a YouTube channel or does she just do podcasts? You too, Mark. Appreciate you coming in, man. Thanks for stopping by, man. You have a great evening. I hope you have a great week, and keep getting them wood choppers for us, would you? I got you. The Maggie Williams experience. I've never heard of her, so I've always said that if I could get about 5 or 6 really, really good hunts, I do believe my channel would absolutely explode. I just don't have it here, guys. I just don't have it here, and I have to go other places. I can. If Arkansas passes that law, no mud motors, then I'm going to have to leave it at home. If they pass that law, no mud motors, but I do want to bring my dog though. To get, I do want to bring Bougie along with me. That'll be up to you guys if you'll allow her to come. Hey, I'm all about it, dude. I just need to get out there. That's the thing. I need to. Like I said, if I could get 5 or 6 really good hunts, and the film's good, and I do self film everything. I do have some guys that I hunt with that'll sometimes they'll hold a camera for me every now and then. Yo, Ryan, what's up? Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'd love to sit down and talk with you, Ryan. I got some other things that I want to talk to you about as well, dude. I'd love to have you up. And I know it's too late. I mean, I've only got about 15 more minutes, and I'm gonna be out of here. But I would love to have you on panel, dude. Um, Guys, if you don't know Ryan Cole is a legend here in South Carolina. It's just that simple. He's a legend. Um, he's more of a legend than I am, and I am a pretty big legend. So, so anyway, um, but yeah, dude, I would love to have you on panel, or maybe we just sit and talk on the phone, whatever. Um, we'll talk about the youth and the mud motor topic and duck boxes, whatever it is you want to talk about, dude. I'm more than welcome to have you up here. Um, uh, I really would, dude. I really would. I'd love to have you. Bougie's always welcome. Thank you, buddy. Anti, what's going on, man? I missed you, brother. You coming in late. What's up? I got a lot of stuff that needs to be discussed. I'll be more than happy, dude. And if you don't want to do it on a live, I can bring a camera and meet you somewhere. We could do it here at my house in Sumter. I'd come down to where you're at. We could go in the swamp. We can put the boats on a we'll find us a spot in the woods, set up a camera, and just sit there and talk, dude. I'd love to do that. I would love to sit down and talk with you. Maybe for the 26-27 season. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I would, I can bring my boat. It's a Go Devil. There's no reverse in that thing except a push pole. And I'm not going to get in people's way, and I'm not going to try to run over people. So, um, yeah, I was doing the things. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that, Ryan. I just hope that I can try to make a difference in some of these conservation topics. And I need more. I want more. Just sometimes you need to hear from other people as well, and hear the thoughts. Me and my Arkansas buddies are going to run the hole. We'll just drop you a pin. That'll work for me. Because that's what they did for me last time I was there, dude. When I saw all the boat traffic, I literally pulled my boat off to the side. I got out of the way, completely out of the way, and they blew out. And when the last boat left, I went in from behind them, and I just sat there and followed my pin, and got right to them. Got right to them, and I stepped out of the boat. It was a funny story about this. I stepped out of the boat, and I found my tree that they said, "Hey, we want you to sit on this tree." I was sitting on. This is way before I was filming stuff, so I had no problem. And so I was hanging my stuff up in the tree, and I went to take my boat and walk it back, about 75, 100 yards away, and then cover it up, and then walk back to my tree. And I just got the boat hidden with the other boats, threw some camouflage over it, and I got 3 feet, 3 feet from my tree, and I had one of those continuously growing tree roots. The ones that aren't there when you first step over it, but once you do, they start to grow to get in your way. Man, I hit that thing and down I went, and it was a cold, cold morning. And I came up sputtering. I ended up climbing into a tree to pour the water out of my waders. And yeah, it was funny. We shot our limit of mallards. If you want to know, we did shoot our limits. Oh, it was hilarious, man. I mean, I was 3 feet away, and I normally use like a walking stick. You know, I've been using a walking stick even when I was younger. Always had a walking stick, and I left it back home, and I said, "Well, I'll grab the boat paddle." I went, "Nah, I'll be fine. This is the Arkansas woods, man. They keep this thing clean." I went walking. Oh man, it was hilarious. They got a picture of me when I sputtered up. I mean, I came up and sputtering and whatnot. I'll see if I can't find that picture one day. Oh man. Oh lordy, lordy, lordy. Oh, yeah, it's true, dude. Once the mallards start working, you forget about being cold. You can forget it. Oh, couldn't tell you how many times I've done that. Listen, this year, and actually it's on video, and I got it. It didn't get me falling in, but it got me the aftermath. One of the guys, somehow a shotgun fell out of his boat right across from the boat ramp in about 2 feet of water. And I drove my boat back over there to help him. And my son stepped out on one side, which was 2 feet. Like I said, it went but 2 foot of water, if that. And I stepped out of the other side. And when I stepped out in the river channel. And I went under. That thing scared me to death, buddy. The only thing I know that saved my life was when I stepped out, I grabbed a hold of the side of the boat with one hand. How have the big storms, etc., affected your bird count there, if they have at all? Yeah, I was damn lucky I didn't drown. I mean, I honestly, I was really lucky. I mean, we've had some thunderstorms here recently. Are you talking about those, Anti? Because as far as the cold weather, it affected us because we didn't have any ducks pushed down, or very few. But as far as the midwinter duck count, I don't know if they actually did one this year or not. You'll call up to the refuge, hey, you all doing a duck count this year? And they're like, nah. And then 2 weeks later, they do one. It's like they don't want anybody knowing what they're doing, unless you're in the clique. Oh yeah, dude, Andrew, I would tell you, like I said, that scared me half to death. And no one could reach me because when the current pushed me out further into the river, and I was doing side kicks to try to push the boat back up, pushing it against the river to get back to the area, to the shallower water. Oh, dude, I was cutting through a marsh here locally. Here locally, it's one of my used to be one of my favorite places to duck hunt, and it's an open marsh, cattails, sawgrass, cutgrass, whatever you want to call it. Cypress lined with cypress trees and gum. Really, really beautiful place. And I had just finished it was a 5-man limit. It was a 5-man limit of ducks that we had shot. And I was in the boat by myself. There had 2 or 3 other boats. Guys were in the other boats. I was in my boat by myself. And again, the water's not deep. It's like 2 foot, at the deepest spot on this entire marsh. And I was running the channel back, and I hit it a little too tight on a curve, and my boat started to slide. And when it slid, I hit a stump. And it's not that I hit it sideways. I hit it head on, and it launched my boat. And I went airborne. I mean, the boat went airborne, but I left the boat. And I had a regular life. Now I was 2 foot of water, but I had a regular life jacket on. I mean, can you imagine if I'd have hit my head on something or impaled myself on another tree, on a tree stump somewhere? I mean, that stuff will scare you, man. Anti. Yeah, that's scary going on the White River, dude. I hear that you're saying that you were praying on the way out, but I can imagine that prayer. Oh Heavenly Father, hallowed be thy name. Please don't let me get run over by another boat. I would have been thinking more or less, oh God, don't let me impale myself on a tree stump. This is why these couple of accidents, why I don't play around in a boat anymore. I mean, there used to be a time where, buddy, I would slide into a stand of trees and bounce off of trees and never let up, just bounce off of them and keep on going. But the older I get, the smarter I get, and I know one day I'm going to pass over the Rainbow Bridge, but I don't want to do it while I'm impaled on a tree stump. All right, guys. Well, we've been here going on 2 hours, and again, as I always tell you, every Monday night, I thank each and every one of y'all for coming in. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't even be doing this. It's all you guys that keep me going. And scoring you like a pork belly. Here I'm trying to thank you guys, and all I look down is like scoring you like a pork belly. Oh my gosh. I'm serious. I do appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are why I'm here, and there's been some days here lately that I was ready to just, the numbers aren't there, and to be quite honest with you, the numbers aren't there, and it's been disheartening. But it's you guys that come in here on Monday night and watch my videos. And this is why you guys are why I'm still doing this. And if I can say, I got 10 or 15 great subscribers, then I'm happy. So anyway, again, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for coming in. We will see y'all next Monday night. And then I'm probably going to take a week off and get ready for the birthday bash. May have to go on a little bit of training before I go in there. But hopefully we'll get all that done, and y'all can see the more lighter side of me when I'm out there. But y'all have a great one. Have a good evening. Y'all take care of yourselves. Continue doing what you're doing. Fight the good fights, when you have to. But yes, sir. Take it easy. Y'all have a blessed one. That's right. Y'all have a great, like I said, y'all have a great week. And y'all take care of yourselves, and we will see y'all next week on Daddy Duck 365. Y'all have a great night. Good night, y'all. Bye.